and put one foot in the Giants' ass, put one foot in Dallas' ass.
And we had to borrow another one to goddamn put it in Washington ass. Goddamn. We had to borrow their leg.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. Hold them eights up. Hold them eights up. Yeah. 8-2, baby. 8-2, baby. 8-2, baby. I said we 8-2, baby.
Man.
Top of the NFC East.
Whoo. We needed
Top
this one.
Top of the NFC East. Them boys said Jayden Daniels couldn't do no wrong. They act like he was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Hear what they said?
Man, oh man.
Them boys could have lost.
Huh?
I said them boys could have lost 3 games in a row. Chicago let them off the hook. They supposed to be 6-5 right now.
Well, we wreaking havoc in the division, but we put one foot in the Giants' ass, put one foot in Dallas' ass.
And we had to borrow another one to goddamn put it in Washington ass. Goddamn. We had to borrow their leg.
Man, oh man.
We collecting we collecting our foots back round 2. Every time we play somebody, we coming back to take our damn foot back.
So we gotta get our foot back from the Giants. So we can distribute it evenly.
Yes, sir. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. Welcome back to the Down South Philly show. I'm your Down South Philly co-host, Dom. This your other co-host, DP. Man, look, we're running the NFC East right now. I told y'all. It was only a matter of time. We only lost 2 games. Look, we was 2-2 earlier in the season. People act like the sky was falling, man. What we say? It's a lot of season left. At the time, we was down AJ 2 games in a row. Sometimes it's hard to hold it in the road when you got players out and you already trying to learn a new offense. You got to get these players time to jail, man. You got to get the offense time to jail, and we had to give our defense time to jail. The defense,
they showing up and they showing out.
Boy, we can give Fangio a raise at the boy. We keep doing this at the end of the season. They got to put something in Fangio pockets. They got to put some extra in Fangio pockets. And we gotta, and I wanna, I know this a little bit too soon, but since I'm saying that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I can't wait to see, because we got to keep killing more. I can't wait to see us year 2 in the same offense, because we always find ourselves in a new offense. Hurts always find himself in a new offense. But anyway, not to get too deep into that, we may later in the show, but let's get into what we here to talk about. How you feel about that game tonight? That Philly versus Washington ended up being 26-17, but they had a little garbage score at the end where they made it. I mean, what they had? 17, 18?
18.
18, yeah. So they put up a little garbage time TD and got a 2-point conversion. Thought they was gonna kick an extra point and pull the Bears on us, but not in Philly. They weren't even supposed to get that. The score really was. They really only got 10 points. Our defense was lights out, and the touchdown that they did get, it was a short field. They had probably ball at the started with the ball at probably the 51-yard line, I think it was. They ended up getting a touchdown. So other than that, man. I'm proud of the D. But how you feel about the game, and then I'll talk about how I felt about it.
Man, I loved it. It was everything that I thought it could be. First going into the game, it was a lot of disrespect coming out of the other side, man. They was real cocky in this one. Like, I was told that Jayden Daniels was better than Jalen Hurts. I was told that we ain't played nobody. we was gonna lose today. We was gonna turn it over. They got a top offense and they defense is coming along. We shut all that shit down. So in typical 24 birds fashion, we start off slow. Our first drive, I liked our first drive. We ended up going down and a penalty stalled the drive, so we go for the field goal, miss it. I'm okay with that because the drive made sense. You ain't gonna make all the field goals. So I mean, it's 0-0, no harm, no foul. Defense continues to show up for this team, man. Um, Coming into this game, their offense was lighting up the scoreboard. Jayden Daniels was out here looking like one of the best rookies of all time. Coming into this game, he didn't really make too many mistakes. Um, Big Fangio devised a hell of a scheme, but we stopped the run. We really just stuck to the keys to victory, actually. So we stopped the run. We rushed Jaden in a way that kept him in the pocket, and then when he got out of the pocket, we got him on the ground. Um, and on offense, we just fed Saquon eventually. I'm looking forward to us getting off to faster starts. Hopefully that does happen, but right now the trend is for us to kind of see how the game goes and then make adjustments by the second half, coming out the second half. Dominant performance on both sides of the ball once we decided to wake up. Defense held it down all day, holding this team to 10 points as far as I'm concerned. Got a couple turnovers. I don't know if it was a couple. We got at least one. We got at least one. You'll get 2 picks?
Did we?
Ed Reed got one.
Yeah.
And that might have been it.
I think that might have been it.
Well, we got a turnover, which I'm cool with that too. Just because coming into it, I was told that Jayden Daniels was careful with the football. So we picked him off. We made him look like a rookie. Hell of a win. I'm satisfied. I don't have no complaints about how this game went. Jalen Hurts had another clean game. Didn't get any touchdown. No, he did. He got one rushing touchdown. Yep. No picks. Had a clean game. Missed a couple throws, but that's to be expected. Every quarterback is gonna miss a couple throws every game. But for the most part, I don't have nothing bad to say about this win. This was a good win. We needed it. This puts us not only at the top of the division, but right under the Detroit Lions. So right now, even though it's temporary, we the 2 seed. So it's exactly what we needed from an NFC standpoint, from an NFC East standpoint. We run the division. Job well done.
If you win your doggone division, you're in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we can go ahead and sow this. We can basically sweep everybody in the division. I'm thinking we should be able to sweep everybody in the division. I don't really see nothing out of Washington. Now, if I'm Washington, because it's easy to say that when you ain't a team. So if I'm Washington, they probably might be thinking the same. And play here, play there. They probably think, dang, we probably could have had them dudes. But we really wasn't even playing our game, in my opinion, offensive wise. We wasn't really playing our game. It just was. I don't know if because it was a short week or what. But this 10 days of rest is gonna be much needed. Come out and then borrow another foot to put in the rounds. But from this game, DP was kind of saying, we started out slow, missed the field goal. We actually ended up missing 2 field goals, missed an extra point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we might have missed 3 field goals, but
now we missed 2 in the extra.
Yeah, so I think one of the field goals was 44 yards, then one was 51. I think after he missed that second one, I think Jake Elliott kind of just was I think he was just kind of in his head about it. It was a mental thing. He kind of got into his head, but then when he did start hitting the extra points and stuff like that, yeah, man, he did make a field goal for about 40
he made
yards.
One too.
So I think it was 1 for 3 on field goals, and then he missed the extra point. So that's what it was. But Overall, a good performance. Just got to start fast on offense, which we did pretty good on offense. Missed the field goal. I just think, and then we called a dumb play. One of the drives, we called a dumb. I don't know what we was trying to do. It looked like some kind of trickery reverse play. You don't do nothing like that at that point in the game. We got to get points on the board. And we got a nice drive going. I don't like when we doing, not even just us, but any teams. I hate when you doing all this stuff behind the line, reverses and tossing the ball back and little short. I don't like that stuff. Go down the field, man. Something forward, something ahead, man. Stop doing all this little crazy. I don't even like toss plays behind the line. I think that's taking you further away from the first down because you get tackled back there. Now you losing yards. You going the wrong direction. I can't really stand none of that stuff. But that cost us, and we ended up being in like a second and 20 something, which turned into a third and 20 something. So basically not this out of field goal range. And then when we got a couple yards back, and that's when we ended up trying to kick like a 51-yard field goal, and Jake missed that, which Jake usually make them, so I don't really feel no way about Jake Elliott. He had an off night. I can see if he missed those all the time, but he don't. So you got to take the good with the bad, like Denzel said. You got to take the quickest with the straights. But overall, man, good performance. We gotta tighten up, man. We gotta tighten up on offense. I think Kellen Moore need to call more run plays earlier in the game, even if you get stopped. Even if you get stopped for no gain, 1 yard game, man, you got to commit to the run because we got the type of offense where if they got to keep trying to stop the run, we got wide receivers that can get open, and that the run game is gonna open everything else up. But if you allow them to make them think they stopping the run, especially if they in doggone too high, now they covering, we can't throw it in deep and we're not running the ball. So you got to commit to the run. They not going to stop Saquon all night. They not going to stop him. And Gainwell been doing his thing too. So between them two, they not stopping them. I would say this one thing about Washington though. I love how they was using that pony set. I've been wanting to do that since we had Miles Sanders and what was the other
Howard.
and Howard. I've been wanting to run pony set since then. We still ain't doing it. It's like every now and then you will see it once a year. I feel like we did it once with Miles Sanders and Howard, maybe a play or two, and then we did it
against Buffalo.
I think we did it maybe last year or this year we might have did it one time. I like when you got those type of running backs, man. With Gainwell and Saquon, we could be getting off, man. Both of them can catch. Both of them good runners with the ball in their hand. We need to take something from that game during this 10-day stretch. They need to go look at something and steal some of them pony set plays. I do kind of like how Washington run their offense. We was pretty much shutting it down. I was feeling like going into this game, I was like, man, look, if we can run like a 5-man front or something like how we was doing against New Orleans, which in the New Orleans games, we was either running like a 5-man front or we was bringing Zach Bond down to be that fifth person up on the line, and which was allowing Jalen Carter to wreak havoc, which he was doing his thing tonight. They really couldn't block him like that tonight. He was getting back there. He missed a couple of tackles, but he kept getting into the backfield, whether he was making the tackle or not. So he was disrupting and putting 2 guys on the ground, all type of stuff. So shout out to Zach Bond. He was out there doing his thing, breaking plays up. Nakobe Dean. Man, they made some hell of a stops, man. Jayden Daniels really couldn't use his legs like that. It was a few times. I think he had 1 or 2 good runs that was decent, but nothing that was back-breaking. He didn't have no back-breaking plays.
No third down conversions like that.
Yeah,
not with his legs.
Nope. So that was one of my keys to the game, man. If we could take the running game out of Daniels' legs and the running backs, I feel like it was nothing they could do. They wasn't getting the ball to the wide receivers, which I kind of felt like they was gonna have a hard time doing anyway, because we just got some cover guys back there. This is like probably one of the best secondaries we done had, like all over the field as far as linebackers and the DBs, corners and safeties. So if our defensive line was any more ferocious, we'll be probably the number 1 defense. But I like what I seen out of the team just in general. I think it was a short week, and I think that kind of hurt us a little bit. But I think this 10-day rest gonna do us justice as far as everybody healing up and us being able to make even more adjustments. Because one thing about Nick, he used the bye weekend. He usually used the bye weekend that 10-day after Thursday night game pretty good. So after this 10 days, we can go on another run. What we run 6 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We should be good. We should be able to go on another 6-game run. Ain't nobody I see really left on the schedule. Now, there's some tough games left, but nobody I see that's should actually
unbeatable.
Nobody that's unbeatable. It's nobody who looking unbeatable in the NFL period. Now, Kansas City looking pretty tough, but we seen them almost get beat. So
they're not blowing nobody out. Which I mean,
they're not blowing
they
nobody
still
out.
winning, but they're not blowing nobody out.
Armor, they looking like us last year, minus the bad defense. If they had a bad defense, then they probably would beat us last year. So
and they, I trust their coordinators too.
Yeah, and it's a team game, so you got to win every how you can win. Like I ain't never really judging the team for like how they win in the game. If that's how Kansas City gonna win and get to where they need to go, it really don't matter.
Because at the end of the day, when they run back, if they run it back for a third time and go undefeated, ain't nobody gonna care about the point differential.
Just like they didn't care last year, because Kansas City was looking like boo boo during the regular season on offense, and they still wanted. They still, when the playoffs started and they counted, they started clicking how they needed to click on the plays that they needed to click on. So that's really all that matters. All this stuff that people be talking about during the week, or during the regular season, I meant, they want to see this from this quarterback.
They just wanted to look pretty.
They wanted to look pretty. They wanted to be stat padded. Man, we just want the dubs. And one thing I say about Hurts is he's a winner. They always putting these other guys over him, talking about they more talented, they more this and that. Them guys ain't no winners, man. They gonna go out there, throw a pretty ball and lose the game. I think Hurts don't throw a pretty ball because he, in my opinion, he got the best deep ball in the league.
Baby.
Every quarterback can do something, better than the next man. It's something, things Hurts can do that other quarterbacks can't do. It's things they can do that he can't do. But at the end of the day, is what they say is many ways you can skin a cat. So I don't even know where that saying even came from. I gotta look that up. That's a crazy saying, but I love what I seen from the team though. We 8-2. I just knew we needed this dub by any means necessary. We needed this dub by any means necessary so we can keep our foot on the necks of the NFC East. I don't see them dudes ever getting that spot back. They held it down for a little bit. They was able to talk. A position they haven't been in for a long time, but it's over with, man. It's over with.
The worst thing they could have did was let us get back in it.
Yeah, with them still left to play. So we didn't knock them out the way, got them out the way. They've been saying Jayden Daniels. I like Jayden Daniels, but I don't like the fact that they're trying to make it seem like, bro, we only got like a half a season sample size. You can't be saying this man better than. And I don't even have I'm not saying this because I have a problem with them saying he better than Hurts. I'm not putting no rookie above. I'm not saying that Jayden Daniels better than. Now I'll say he better than Daniel Jones, but anybody who I'm not saying he better than Dak. I'm not. It's a one game sample size. I'm not even, as much as I be talking junk about Dak. I'm not. You can't tell me Jayden Daniels better than Dak already. And the argument that people try to make is, if you look at Jayden Daniels at this early in his career, Hurts wasn't doing this. They ain't got nothing to do with that. This a lot of times when you're a new quarterback coming into the league, I think Jayden Daniels is in a good offense for him. I feel like Hurts' first year as a starter, that wasn't the right offense for him. So as I heard people trying to make the argument of, Jayden Daniels is doing this with his offense. Meanwhile, if you look at Jalen Hurts' first season at the bye week, they had to change the offense and run the ball more. That's because the offense was trash, not Hurts was trash. Right. It wasn't a good offense for Hurts. So they had to, it's hard. The season already started. Hey, we need to run the ball more. You ain't gonna really change the whole offense up like that. So we did what we had to do with the personnel that we had. And then the next season, you see how we changed the offense up. And we also went out and got some more pieces, which everybody need more pieces. Jayden Daniels, as good as they trying to say he is, the man need more pieces around him. You never want to try to put your quarterback out there, how talented they may be, without weapons around them. You want to make it on them. You want to make it easy on them as possible. So this whole notion that a quarterback should be able to carry a team, I think that's trash. Ain't no quarterback just out here straight up carrying no team all the way to the Super Bowl, and they ain't got no weapons, and they don't got no good defense.
Hell no.
But yeah, they got to stop putting smut on my boy Hurts' name, because he doing everything these other quarterbacks doing that they claim in they top 5. Hurts is doing it or more. A lot of the stuff he doing more than them. He got more wins than any of them quarterbacks. The only quarterback that got more wins than him, probably since he been a starter, is Patrick Mahomes.
And there's only one Mahomes.
They adding like my boy Jalen Hurts ain't doing this thing, man. Just because they don't look how they wanted to look. And a lot of that is how he came into the league. I say it all the time when players come into the league, Jayden Daniels, like a lot of people like Jayden Daniels coming into the league. So it might be hard for them to start saying something bad about him. Because they already that's why people just not starting to say bad stuff about Trevor Lawrence. They was holding on that for a long time.
Right.
He been looking like trash. And I ain't saying that he is trash, but I'm saying if there had been Jalen Hurts playing exactly how Trevor Lawrence playing, they would have been ran the bus over. Bagged up, drove over him again. Because they already didn't like Hurts. So it's going to be hard for them to get the taste out of their mouth that Hurts is really good. Any little thing that he do, he can have 6 amazing games in a row. In the 7th game, they can be like, I told you. Like, quarterbacks don't have bad games, but it is what it is, man. We're gonna continue to win. We're gonna mess around and get this number 1 seed. Detroit gonna mess around and slip up, and we're gonna be right there, Johnny on the spot.
On them. Yeah, man. This was a bit, man. We needed this win. But who you giving your game ball to?
Game ball. Let me think about this. Last time you asked me who the game ball was to, I gave it to Hurts because I was like, this was a tight game where you couldn't get a ball away, and Hurts didn't get a ball away, which he did this in this same game. This was a tight game where Hurts couldn't fumble the ball. He couldn't throw no interceptions, or they would have been up on us, and it probably would have been hard to come back. But I don't think this time I want to get a game ball to Hurts. I'm trying to think who I want to give it to. It's going to either be Saquon.
And you can give multiple game balls too.
Well, look, I'm going to do this then. On offense, I'm going to get a game ball to Saquon. Because I just felt like whenever he had the ball in his hand, he just put them 2 touchdowns he had at the end of the game, man. He put the game away. It was another ball that he got when Hurts threw the ball to him. And he got tackled like close to the red zone or something like that. We might have kicked the field goal on that drive, but I feel like he could have scored on that one. One thing we got to get better at doing is wide receivers and stuff blocking down. We got to get, because that's one thing I like about San Fran. They wide receivers, they gonna be down the field blocking they tail off. So that's one thing I think we got to just be mindful of, because getting stopped in the red zone, you ain't liable. You got to score when you can score, because you get stopped short, you don't know what can go wrong. You start going the other way like we did probably on that drive. But anyway, I'm gonna give my offensive game ball to Saquon. I'm gonna give my defensive game ball to I want to get the defensive game ball to, I don't know, bro. Everybody was doing their thing on
like the whole defense.
Everybody was doing their thing on defense because the wide receivers wasn't getting open. We was putting
pressure.
I was about to say we was putting a good bit of pressure on Daniels, and we wasn't allowing him to jump out the window and just use his legs. And the linebackers were just flying around. They own the running backs. They breaking up passes. Of course you ain't gonna be able to break up every single pass. So, they allowed a few passes here and there, but It's if I have to give a game ball to because I feel like I gotta give it to somebody on the defense just because the defense was balling out. They ain't need the whole defense, but I'm gonna give it to one person, and I'm gonna say my dog Blankenship because that interception that he came up with, that pretty much sealed the game. That put it in. That gave us the ball for us to go ahead and put the game away. So I got to give 2 game balls. I'm gonna give one to Saquon and one to Blankenship because the interception that he had, man, like. He not only did he read the play, not only did he break on the ball, but the ball was low. That ball could have easily, in a lot of those situations, DBs let the ball go through their arms and hit the ground, or the ball will hit them and bounce off of them, and now it's not an interception or whatever. So, shout out to Blankenship for always getting them crazy doggone low ball interceptions. Like he's sacrificing everything to get them things. He's scraping them off the ground, but. I'm gonna have to give a game ball to Blankenship. I'm gonna give a game ball to Saquon. How about you? If you had to give somebody a game ball or multiple people a game ball, who you giving it to?
Yeah, so I agree with Saquon. If you didn't pick him, I was definitely gonna go with Saquon. Just continues to be like the best addition to the team. Great teammate, just a playmaker, a dog. It seemed like whenever we need a big play, Saquon is there to shut the door and give us that juice that we need to either come back or completely close the door on the team. Defense, I want to give the game ball to the whole defense as a whole. Like you mentioned, some of the honorable mentions, Ed Reed Blankenship coming up with that clutch interception. Nolan sacking Daniels. That was a clutch one.
Nolan, that was a clutch sack. We had a couple clutch sacks.
Yeah. Jalen Carter coming up with he came up with so many big plays.
Yeah, he came up with 2 big plays.
And on offense, can't forget Grant Calcaterra picking up that fumble. That was clutch.
Bro,
that could have changed the whole game.
Oh my God.
That could have changed the whole game. So him picking that fumble up and allowing that drive to continue.
We scored on that drive.
Yeah, we did, I think.
We did. We scored.
So yeah, him picking that up saved the momentum and kept it in our favor. So I would say, yeah, Saquon and then the whole defense. But no, since you gave it to Saquon, I'm gonna go ahead and go Grant Calcaterra because that was a huge play.
Huge.
That was a huge play. He saved our bacon on that one. So yeah, Grant and then the whole defense.
I'm with it because I was gonna say the whole defense too, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna pick somebody.
But if I had to pick somebody, it would be Jalen Carter. He had another monster game.
Yeah, he was out there doing his thing. That whole defense, the defense be flying around, man. I love the defense, man. And and I done said this other times if y'all watch any of our other videos, but I'm a defensive person. That's my favorite side of the ball. I always say my favorite side of the ball is defense, and my favorite position, my favorite side of the ball is defense, but my favorite position is running back. Like I love to watch running backs. Like that's just I don't know what it is about running backs. Like I just always fell in love with running backs. Like if I was like that athletic and I would be a running back. Like if they was like, hey, you get to play any position, this gonna be your life and your career. You going to the NFL, like I probably had to be a running back just because I like it so much. The only downside about that is the pay. But as far as like what I like, running back, bro. Now we talking pay. QB, baby.
QB wide receiver.
QB.
And cornerback. Cornerbacks get broke off now too.
Only reason why I say QB over wide receiver is because the wide receiver position too dependent.
That's true.
Let me have that ball.
QB, yeah, you got the ball in your hands every play.
But yeah, it was, man. I'm excited about this win, boy, because we needed this. We needed all these division wins, and the fact that we lost. Hell, it's still hard for me to get this damn loss to the Falcons out my mouth because
that one still sting.
We could be damn 9-1 because the only reason why is because Detroit only got one. If Detroit had two, I probably would have been got out. I would have got over Atlanta so far. But the only reason why I ain't over it yet is because it's like, damn, we still chasing Detroit. So soon as they get an L, I forget about that Atlanta L, especially if they get two more L's and they, we still let whatever in two. And they got 3 L's. So but until then, that Atlanta L still gonna sting. That's why we gotta win these games. Like, that's why we gotta win all these damn games. The Rams, Ravens, like games that we might have could have been like, we would have won to win, but we lost it. We like, we good? Nah, we can't even drop
We need
them.
them.
Nah,
Gotta have
we can't drop none of them games. I think we got the Rams coming up. We got
the Ravens.
Then I think we got Carolina. Then we got like Pittsburgh. Then I think we got Washington again. And I think the last
3 games, division games.
Yeah. So
man, solid win.
We got all them. We can finish this season with well into double-digit wins.
Easily.
Well into double-digit wins. We shouldn't have.
And it's gonna take that. It's gonna take that with how the Lions looking.
And man, all this junk they've been talking about Hurts, and if we mess around and get to the end of the season and be 15-2, man, you gonna be able to tell me nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Nothing. All the junk they talked about Nick Sirianni. Now, granted, a lot of his
stuff was warranted.
A lot of his stuff is warranted. One thing I don't like about the media though is how they always bring up old stuff though. If I ain't did that in like 6 games, quit talking about it.
Right. Or if I ain't did it this year.
I was just about to say, like, another thing they keep saying about us. Like, I heard somebody say the other day, it was like, yeah, I don't believe in Philly because of last year. What the hell that got to do with anything?
Well, you don't believe in 31 teams because last year 31 teams didn't win the Super Bowl.
That'd be my point. That'd be my point. If you want to keep talking about last year, then one, you should have believed in us all last year from the season we just went to the Super Bowl. So hopefully that was the case. Even when we was losing games, hopefully you were still talking about the Super Bowl. Because if you're gonna keep doing that, then what's the point of playing the games? What's the point of the next season?
Right.
If we gonna keep going off of what we did last season, what's the point of this season? We showing you who we are this season. Everybody keep on talking about last season. I just know down the stretch.
You can't compare the 24 birds to the 23 birds, the 22 birds, or the 17 birds. They're 3 completely different teams.
Everybody keeps saying that. Well, last season, I can't trust them because last season, bro. What have you seen this season? What have you seen? You only seen us lose 2 games.
And we also been getting better every week. Every week we put better tape out there.
Every week, and I'm ready to see what we do in this Ram game because I do feel like this short. I don't know, I feel like this short week might have kind of got us. I might be making an excuse, but I really don't know. I just feel like we wasn't really ourselves on offense. Now we have been starting slow, but
not like this though.
Yeah,
today
it was
different.
It wasn't that we were starting.
It could have been just family business.
Yeah, that too. But it's the way that we was looking though. It's like we weren't even trying. I don't know.
We look weird.
It looked weird, and then Hurts looked like he might have slightly had a concussion. I don't know what was up with him, but he got 10 days to knock that off. And he
on that dumbass play.
Yeah, so that's all I really got, man. It was a good game. We got a dub. Time to saddle up, get ready. We got 10 days to get ready for this Ram game. At first, I thought it was 10 days to get ready for the Ravens. I was like, hell yeah, we got 10 days to get ready for the Rams. Ravens. But then I realized it was the Rams. I was like, damn. But we need it for them too.
I take it.
Yeah, I take it any way I can get it because you can't overlook the Rams either.
Cause this our last little break until playoffs.
Yep, everybody get healthy. Everybody work on their cues and techniques. Mekhi Becton work on your damn pass blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Because they be whipping by him.
Come here.
That boy be looking like a turnstile.
Looking like he on kickoff return.
I like Steen though.
Yeah, he a solid piece, especially as a rotational piece.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really like the only thing. I think that might be the reason why he not starting. I think it might be two reasons why Steen not starting. One, well, a couple of reasons. One, because he got injured during the camp. Two, I think Becton is not as versatile.
He definitely not.
So he can only play that one position. And I think it might be another thing where like I feel like if they was to pull Becton and make Steen the starter, because Steen can go in for anybody. So I'm saying that's why I say he's not as versatile. But I also think it's a thing where like if they pull Becton and made Steen the starter, Becton might not be as like locked in as he is now. Like he might like drift. He seemed like that type of personality where like if he ain't the starter and he lost the job as a starter, I think it'd have been different if Steen was the starter and he just was already the backup. Right. I think it'd have been cool. But the fact that he the starter, like I think if he was to lose his job, I think he like one of those people where like he'll like lose, like I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but like kind of like drift away from the team. Like he'll like distant, like you know what I'm saying. I think it'll affect him mentally. Like he seemed like he seemed like he have like he even said it before. He said he have a lot of anxiety, like and stuff like that. But I just think if like he was to lose his job, he would like become a different type of player. So I think that's another reason why he ain't
hell of a run blocker though. Gotta give him that.
He held in the run block.
Gotta give him that.
And he been, he done had his little time in this is his first year in Stoutland U. So, go ahead and get through this year. He could be a dog next year. So
yep. And who knows? He could clean it up by the end of this year. Who knows what he'll look like when it's time for playoffs to run around. But
he can stay out there on the field and get his reps in because every other game, it's been not every other game, but at least like 3 games he done had he been out, got hurt or something like that. So but if he can stay on the field and get his reps in and gel with the offensive line, he probably get better as the season go. Like which he already have. But that's all I got.
Yeah, man. It's been another amazing episode of the Down South Philly Show with DP and Dom. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe.
Hit that bell. So you can know when we drop our videos, when we go live.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
All right. We out. Build ass.